Hello and welcome to Wake Up Our Faith. This is the show where passion, purpose, and dreaming big challenge common sense. We like to think of it as a conversation to shed light on the upside of upside down living. Matt Ham, Kevin Adams with you every single week to talk about how you begin to bridge the gap in your life between Sundays. This is a faith conversation that kind of goes beyond the standard protocol of regurgitated platitudes.
Yeah,
is that a fair description?
It is, man. It's frozen food, refrozen, and then eaten again.
Old
rubber
shrimp,
chicken nuggets from.
Oh man, well, we appreciate you guys jumping in. Today we've got a fantastic topic on the show. We're going to talk about money, and this is a huge, important area that a lot of people struggle with. So we're going to dive into that. A healthy relationship with money. What does that look like?
We could start with the idea of money. We used to call it mustard.
I love that.
Money is mustard. In other words, it's just a thing. It's just neutral. It's not bad or good. Some people like mustard, some don't. You could put it on a hot dog or whatever. It's okay. You don't need money. But what it does for us is it allows us to have transactions, and so it's a measuring tool. But really, from a spiritual perspective, which needs to be the foundation of everything, is it reveals the condition of your heart. And so this isn't silver suit time and send us, $1 and I'll send you a scarf that's anointed.
Silver suit.
You like that?
That's so funny. Sorry, I have a picture of the guy, this thing you're talking about. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
Yeah. Let's just be real practical about this. It reveals the condition of your heart. And if it becomes the thing that you feel is your protector and provision, then what you're doing is you're sliding the real protection and the real provision. So the what we've got to learn how to do is let money not take power over us or possess us, and then we can possess it and then steward it.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of people, money actually possesses them, and they think they have
They
it.
think they possess it, and it actually possesses them.
It's a spiritual battle because it becomes God to them.
How do we begin to define that relationship of our heart toward money? Like, what are some ways that folks could maybe do like not an assessment, but what I'm saying, like really check their heart in regards to their position or their relationship with finances? And
money is wonderful. Yeah. It's fantastic. But if it has that hook in us where we feel like we've got to, because it is God now, I've got to hold on to it. So the enemy counterfeits our relationship for God, our affection for God, and replaces it with what we see as a provider and a protector. And it's just not that. Because I tell you what, you can build up a company, and I know this because I did it, for years and years, decades, and a couple of phone calls and that thing can be gone. Or you can have wealth in a variety of areas, which I did, and bad economy, and it's gone.
Yeah. Part of the challenge is it's not about better practices. Although better practices with your money might be great, and kind of like 1 + 2 + 3, etc. But you're saying it's actually go to the root of it and really begin to define what you believe about God and who He is. Yeah. And when you have a proper view of the Father, then your attachment to wealth, or money, is transformed into seeing wealth through kind of a kingdom perspective instead of money and a worldly perspective of wealth.
That's right. In fact, when you think of it as the abundance of heaven is yours, it's part of your inheritance because you're a son with a great Father, then it usurps that thing. The enemy tries to counterfeit. So it's effectively when you say, Lord, I give you my will, or you have a willing heart, then He's saying, I'm going to give you in return the desires of your heart. Now, what do you want? Do you want your will to win, or do you want the desires of your heart to be fulfilled? So most people are trying to get rich so they can live out the desires of their heart. And God's saying, I'm going to give those to you if you just let go of the rest. Now, that doesn't mean we're just reckless or any of that stuff. It's about seed planting.
This is culture shifting.
It is.
Like this, the power of this conversation has the capacity to shift culture if people will really slow down and be honest about the condition of their heart toward money.
Yeah.
Because it, and again, we've had this, both people said this to us, that I would chase my dream, but I can't make money doing it.
Yeah, but.
Yeah.
But they're butting God because He put the dream in you.
Yeah. They're sacrificing who they are for this paper.
For a dose of false security. You've got to learn how to go against the enemy, keep him out of your heart. One of the ways you do that, you give what we call it giving him a black eye.
Yeah.
So when you start having an imagination about something that isn't from God, which is fear, right? God hasn't given us a spirit of fear, therefore you can't make a wise decision from a place of fear. So if you have that, you can test it and go, oh, where's this coming from? That's the first question. You're imagining something that could be as if it's already done, and then you're following that, and guess who wins?
The enemy.
So you've got to take a baby step backwards and say, wait a second, I'm going to give the enemy a black eye, and I'm going to do that thing anyway.
Yeah.
You don't have to be crazy about it. Just take a baby step. If you feel like you can't help somebody, or this applies to a lot of things. Not just money, and we'll come back to that, but someone who I talked to a guy the other day who was talking about one of his partners just he don't get along with him. So we were talking about ways to bless that guy, and it just unseats the whole thing. We want to do that consistently, especially with money.
Yeah.
It's not saying, again, the silver suit, hey, send your 20 grand in and I'll give you a scarf with some Holy Spirit on it. No, it's like, if you've got some resources, what does it mean to be a good steward? Does that mean storing it up in barns?
Yeah.
No. I mean, have you some. Go to Disney, have some fun, eat some good steak, but pour it into God's kingdom and use it. And what that does is it unseats that hook that the enemy has through fear. It breaks it off of you. And that's when you start seeing more.
Yeah.
God, you become trustworthy to God.
Yeah.
That's power and authority.
That's the supernatural part of finances that people never tap into.
Yeah.
Because when they put it in a logical box of, I work to earn, to save, to protect, it's all linear.
Right. That's right.
And they can even make it, linear to retire wealthy, right? And that's great. But when you have the abundance of God in hand, who does like what He did for you and Holly and pays off a second mortgage, you know what I mean? Like, that's when you usher in kingdom provision that offends our understanding, because it's not based in fairness, it's not based in logic, it's it's based in just the blessing and abundance of God. And that's what we want to invite people to tap into and live from that thing. But you can't do it if you love money.
But just get a first down. You don't have to win a national championship. You don't have to become the kid on the poster. Here, have it all. That's not what Jesus was saying.
Right.
Just take one step and do a little bit of the hard thing, and you will give the enemy a black eye, and you will break fear, another leg of fear, out of your life.
Yeah.